by the time you guys are probably watching this video, I'll either be on my way to pick up my car to go ahead, you know, and drive it with the turbo, or B, I'll actually already have the car picked up and working on a future video. Now I want to go ahead and kind of start up more frequent uploads on the channel, because I don't want to have you guys waiting like 5 to 6 days for videos, especially since we're literally about to boost the car. It just doesn't really make sense to upload one video and then wait 5 days, upload another video. We're gonna be like putting up videos, I'm not gonna say daily, but trying to put videos up every other day. That's just the way I like to make content, especially for a car channel. Every other day, you know, if possible daily is what I want to do. Obviously for my gaming channel, I upload every single day, but I kind of want to rack up the uploads, you know, crank up the productivity on this channel, because it kind of feels weird, you know, uploading daily on one channel, but, you know, uploading once a week, twice a week, maybe on this one. I got to step it up. Now, I will be making a video later down the line after I do pick up the car from the turbo installation on why I went with a Greddy turbo. Now, I got a Greddy 518 turbo. It is a smaller turbo. It spools fast, but I will be able to make the power that I actually want this car to be at, you know, at this certain time. So it's perfect for me. Later down the line, we'll be doing more power mods to the car, built motor, stuff like that. So all that together will definitely be able to push the power that I want to get from this car with that kit. And like I said, I'll be making a future video explaining why I went with that kit and not with some other choices, because I was researching a couple other turbo kits, the JDL full blown, but I decided to go with the Greddy 518 kit because I can safely make the power that I want to make right now in the car, and then later down the line I can go ahead and you know, do some more modifications. Now, what I will be doing in this video is kind of going over all the things that I'm going to be pretty much immediately doing in the car as soon as this turbo is installed. Now, I'm not going to be doing the turbo installation myself because I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I don't know anything about turbos as far as installation goes. That kind of stuff is kind of, it's alien to me. It's kind of nerve-wracking to me. I don't want to go ahead and mess something up and, you know, have the car down any longer than, you know, it's going to be down for. I should have the car back from the installation probably within 2 to 3 days. I think that's how long it's going to take to put the turbo on. It could be a little bit longer, could be faster, but hey, we'll see. Like I said, when you guys are probably seeing this video uploaded on the channel, I'll either be on my way to pick the car up, or I'll already have the car working on other videos. Now, things that I'm going to be getting for the car immediately after the turbo installation is I'm going to have to go ahead and get a flex fuel kit. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go straight E85 automatically, probably within 2 weeks after I go ahead and install the kit. Only reason I'm waiting 2 weeks is because I have to wait to the end of the month, potentially the beginning of September, to dyno tune this car, because obviously when you get, you know, forced induction on any vehicle, you know, getting a real dyno tune is very important, so you actually know what type of power you're putting down to the wheels. So I'm gonna have to wait 2 weeks to do that, because literally every single dyno in the Chicagoland area is booked up. Literally everything is booked up. I can't get anything done. Literally, I've had the turbo actually for quite some time. The installation, everything's booked up. Dynos, everything's booked up. So that's kind of why, like I said, I'm kind of holding on to the videos so I can, you know, have, you know, more frequency in uploads, than rather just uploading one video than having to wait, you know, 5 days later to put up a video. So we're gonna be going E85 within 2 weeks of me actually going ahead and boosting the car, getting everything installed. We're gonna be upgrading the clutch. I haven't decided between an ACT or a South Bend clutch. Obviously, you know, going forced induction with E85 pushing well over 300 wheel horsepower, getting a new clutch is going to be necessary to kind of hold the torque that the car is not going to have. South Bend clutch that I'm looking at supports up to 450 torque, I believe, and it feels more like stock. That's what I've at least heard. It feels more like stock. The ACT clutch that I was looking at holds around 350, and it's a little bit a heavier feel, but I'm kind of skeptical. Like, how is this clutch that holds more torque feel I'm not too familiar with clutches, but I kind of want to go ahead and research this a little bit more, because obviously, you know, driving the car, I like to drive to Chicago to cruise. Sometimes you run into traffic. Obviously, it's not as bad right now because of, you know, the quarantine lockdown, but when things start to pick back up, the last thing I want to have is a clutch that's very heavy. It's just something that I kind of don't want to deal with. Obviously, you know, it is what it is. If it's heavy, I'll get used to it, but just the learning curve, I kind of don't want to be stalling the car out, you know, because that's just kind of embarrassing, because I already know if I get a heavy clutch, I'm gonna be stalling the car out. I'm not. It took me a good minute to learn how to drive stick. I ain't gonna cap, man. Like, I was stalling the car out a lot. So a heavy clutch is definitely gonna be something that it's gonna be a pretty good learning experience. I might as well just go ahead and get a heavier clutch, because, you know, if I could learn to drive a, you know, boosted car with a heavy clutch, hell, I can drive any stick shift car at that point. So I might just go ahead and do that. So flex fuel, clutch. I'm gonna go ahead and get boost gauges. Now there's 3 different options that I could do with boost gauges. I'm kind of gearing toward I believe it's a P3 gauge that goes into your air vent. I kind of think that's kind of like the quote-unquote more modern look for the boost gauges. I thought about getting a pillar pod here, maybe getting some boost gauges to go like on this section of the car as well. I'm not too sure, but I think I'm just gonna get the I think it's a P3 gauge that you just put in your air, like the air conditioner and shit like that. I might just go ahead and do that. The air vent, it just looks cleaner, man. I do understand having gauges in the cars looks cool. I mean, maybe some of you guys don't like it, but let me know what you guys have for your FRSs, BRZs, 86 that are boosted, or even if you guys aren't boosted to have gauges. Let me know what you guys went with, man, because honestly, all of it, they all cost the same. It's just going to be dependent on, you know, what I want to go with. I want to go with, you know, the pillar, the vent, or putting it here. So I'm not really too sure what I want to do. I might just go with the vent, to be honest with you, just to keep it clean, because I like my stuff clean and simple. So we're going to go with that. Gonna have to go ahead and get a catch can. That's gonna have to be installed immediately after getting the turbo put in. The clutch, the catch can, all this stuff's gonna be done literally within a week of the turbo being put on, so that should be good. We'll have all the supporting mods, you know, ready to go. I've heard a lot of things, people saying to go ahead and run a catch can. We're gonna get a radium catch can. I think it's a dual catch can. I've heard a lot of good things about that, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on the car. An oil cooler. I've heard that an oil cooler is something you probably should do, but I don't know if I'm really gonna need it, because I'm not gonna be tracking the car at all in the foreseeable future. So we'll see. That's kind of on the back burner, an oil cooler. I'm not too sure. I might do it just to be safe, but I already know I'm not gonna be tracking the car. I'm not gonna be racing the car for at least a month just to break everything in. So we'll see what's up with that. And that's pretty much gonna be like everything that is gonna have to get done with the car upon just going boost. You know, obviously the most important things are gonna be the clutch, it's gonna be the catch can, it's gonna be the gauges, and, you know, making sure everything is, you know, going in line. Now, as far as the tune, actually that's technically the most important thing after boost is a good tune. I'm gonna unfortunately have to be on a base tune, which pretty much is gonna restrict the car to around, I think 5 PSI for 2 weeks. Now I wanna be safe. I don't wanna push the car hard at all until I get an actual real dyno tune, so I can dial everything in perfectly, because the off-the-shelf tunes, you know, when you're just naturally aspirated, you know, the open flash tablet, you know, that stuff's fine. I mean, it's not really a big deal. I mean, the gains are there, but it's not really like game breaking where you have to go ahead and, you know, make sure everything is fine-tuned. I'm not running that type of tune on the car for very long. I'm gonna have a base tune, you know, conservative tune, pretty much no wide open throttle pulls. Gonna be pretty much keeping the car around 50% throttle for 2 weeks until I can get it into the dyno. Hopefully spots open up sooner, because I absolutely hate, and I mean hate, waiting on things. That's just, I'm very impatient when it comes to stuff, especially stuff like this where it's a lot of fun. I want to get this car in the dyno. I want to get it tuned so I can actually open it up and utilize all the power that the car will have. But I mean, having having to wait 2 weeks allows me to go ahead and get more things ready to go. Like I said, clutch, catch can, and, you know, flex fuel for the car. So those are things that are going to get done within, you know, a week, 2 weeks max, you know, whenever I can get into the dyno to get it tuned. So yeah, that's like everything that's going to be happening with the car. I'm really excited. We're a little bit behind schedule, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta, you know, you run into some speed bumps, you gotta overcome them, you gotta keep pushing. Damn, it's just like, I wish I was already boosted by now. Should have been boosted by now. No reason why I shouldn't have been, but you know, things happen. So just gonna be draining this tank out, you know, just doing a little bit of cruising, man. I'm really excited. I think after everything, E85, you know, all the supporting mods with a real dyno tune, I'm just looking for around like 330 to 350 wheel horsepower. I'm not going to push anything further than that. I've seen people pull a lot more numbers, higher numbers with this kit, the Greddy turbo kit that I have. The turbo is going to be spooling up at 3K, so it is a fast spooling kit, like I already, you know, said earlier. So, you know, being around 330 to 300 wheel horsepower is going to be perfectly, you know, achievable, and something that, you know, I'm gonna be really looking out for it. But like I said, we're gonna have to make sure that we have all of the supporting mods and making sure everything is dialed up, buttoned up, you know, everything is dialed in properly with the car before we go ahead and you know, push and unleash that type of power. Now, some other miscellaneous things that I want to do with the car, you know, down the line, is I want to go ahead and get a vented hood. But right now, I mean, that's not really like my main priority. My main priority is getting all the supporting mods done for the car first, and then we can go back to the aesthetic stuff. Honestly, I really haven't done anything aesthetically to my car besides like wheels and like a lip. Not really a lip, excuse me, a ducktail. So I mean, vented hood would be kind of cool. I think I'm gonna stop right there. I like to have my stuff clean, simple. So that's probably all we're gonna be doing as far as aesthetically on the car. But man, I'm really excited. I really am really excited. I'm excited for the future of the channel. We're gonna be, like I said, you know, bumping up the frequency of videos, quality of videos. Obviously, we can, you know, do a lot more with a boosted application. And I'm just gonna have a lot of fun, man. Like, I started this channel just pure out of fun. I mean, it's just, I love just cruising, you know, having fun, hooing sometimes. I mean, just boosting the car. Honestly, the funny thing is, I really wasn't even caring about boosting the car until I ran into my buddy with the boosted FRS, the white FRS, on the channel. I didn't really care about boosting the car. You know, I was always just gonna be just cruising, you know, just going to meets, having fun, you know. Until I saw him in his car, I was like, fuck, you know, I gotta boost my car. We gotta get to there. We gotta get to that point. So, I mean, the only thing we gotta do after that, you know, down the line is a built motor, which that's gonna get done probably around January, when I won't even be driving the car anyway. So, gone ahead and get all that stuff done. But like I said, any of you guys who have boosted their cars, FRS, BRZs, 86s, what do you guys have to say? What do you guys have to, like, give me pointers on and stuff like that? Because it's the first time that I'm actually ever going to be driving a boosted application. I've never had a car that was turboed, supercharged, so this is a learning experience for me. I understand that I have to take in and take the break-in periods of this car very seriously. I'm actually going to be very, very careful with the car, especially the first 2 weeks that the turbo is going to be on. Like, I'm not going over 5K on the car at all. Like, if that, you gotta be careful.